It's Friday, October 4th, and we just got some brand new economic data on the state of the U.S. economy. The new jobs report is out, and the numbers are amazing. And of course, anytime there is good economic news for the United States, that is bad political news for Donald Trump. Let me read you a little bit of this report from CNBC, and then we'll discuss. U.S. stock futures rallied on Friday after the all-important jobs data came in much stronger than economists expected. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 264 points, or 0.6%. S&P 500 futures and NASDAQ 100 futures climbed 0.9% and 1.2% respectively. Non-farm payrolls grew by 254,000 jobs in September, far outpacing the forecasted gain of just 150,000 jobs. The unemployment rate ticked down to just 4.1%. You got to keep in mind that economists will tell you that right around 4% plus or minus is full employment. Okay, you never get down to 0% unemployment. There are always people looking for jobs, coming in and out of the job market, changing jobs. You never get down to 0% unemployment. So 4% plus or minus a few tenths of a percent is considered full employment. And the truth is, we have been right around full employment for a long time now. In fact, the United States economy has been strong and getting stronger for a long time. We are by far the strongest economy in the world. We came out of the COVID pandemic stronger than any other country, and our strengthening has only continued. Now, when you consider the fact, you put this against the backdrop of the presidential election, and this stuff will make your head explode. Because the only reason that Donald Trump is even close is because tens of millions of people, after having been lied to in a coordinated campaign of propaganda for years by right-wing media, have been convinced that the United States economy, which is in fact the strongest in the world, is actually in the toilet. It's unbelievable that people believe this, but they do. And how many people have you heard or have you read about or you have seen on TV have said, I don't like Donald Trump, but the economy is awful and the economy was so good under Donald Trump. None of it is true. But that is why many people who are voting for him are voting for him, because they have been led to believe these lies. That is why numbers like this coming out now, Donald Trump is probably throwing ketchup all around Mar-a-Lago right now. This is the last thing he wants to see, because if he is to have any chance at winning this election, he has to have these tens of millions of people continue to believe that which is not true. They must continue to believe that the United States economy is weak, that it is in fact one of the weakest economies we've ever seen in history, because that's what Donald Trump tells them. But he has to have them believe that if he is to have any shot. Because if they actually believe what is true, that our economy is the strongest in the world, the reasons for voting for him evaporate into thin air. What is the reason for voting for this man? For the lawlessness? For the crassness? For the hate? What are you voting for him for? If the only reason you're voting for him is because you think the economy is bad and you think the economy was better under Trump, well then take a look. The economy isn't bad. The economy is the strongest in the world. Here's some more bad news for Donald Trump. Really bad news for Donald Trump. I know he's really angry about this. A closely watched port strike ended Thursday night as the International Longshoremen's Association and the United States Maritime Alliance reached a tentative agreement on wages. The parties also agreed to extend their existing contract into January. So, poof, there goes another thing that Donald Trump wanted to use to his advantage, which, by the way, he coordinated with the head of the Longshoremen's Union, who is his buddy. But Donald Trump was hoping that this strike would last through the election and that there would be severe economic damage and shortages and price hikes all across the country as a result. Because Donald Trump knows that if that happens, the American people would just blame the president and blame Kamala Harris because they don't know how anything works. They don't pay attention to the news. They don't really know much of anything. But if the prices at the grocery store go up because of a strike, they will just think that that's the president's fault. And so that's what Donald Trump wanted, but that's not going to happen now. Oh, so sad.